All right. Hey, guys, it's Kevin again. And believe it or not, yes, we are here, guys. It is time for the season finale of the movie preview, the December movie preview, if you will. A lot of movies to talk about, as usual. But before we do get into that, I'm going to introduce my guests. Well, right now, I only have one guest here with me. I don't know what the hell he's doing. He's making faces in the camera. Here he is, Henry. Some people call him Henry Earwig. Some people call him Henry Ewing. But today, he's going by all that jizz.
So, movies.
The movies. Wow, what an amazing intro. But anyway, we're going to talk about all of the movies coming out in December. Like I said, there are a lot of films to talk about. The way I think I'm going to go about this is I'll just introduce every single film, just because it seems like a lot of the people I want to have on are just going to be like phased in and out. So I guess we'll just go ahead and do it that way. We're going to go ahead and talk about this first one, which is a movie that I've been looking forward to for a very long time now, and it's finally coming onto Netflix tomorrow. Well, as we're recording this, at least it's tomorrow. And that, of course, is The Power of the Dog.
25 years since our first run together. 1900 and nothing.
It's a long time.
What you doing? Getting mixed up with her.
You are marvelous, Rose. We were married someday.
All right, so The Power of the Dog. This is a movie that I've been looking forward to for quite a while now. I remember, during Sundance and things like that, people were like, not Sundance, during like TIFF and things like that, people are like really raving about this one. And I'm just excited that it's finally coming out because it really does look like something incredible. I don't know a lot of what this story is really about. It seems like, Benedict Cumberbatch plays like this brother that's like very rough around the edges, and there's definitely something going on with him. I'm not entirely sure what is going on with him, but it very much seems like a very interesting like character study in that way. And I'm hearing that Benedict Cumberbatch gives like the performance of his life in this film, and a lot of people are saying like he's rivaling for Best Actor. So I'm very excited to see what he's going to do here. Always get very excited, of course, when Jesse Plemons is in a film as well. So I'm excited to see what he's going to do as well. Kirsten Dunst. I mean, this really seems like the kind of movie that could really give her that like Best Supporting Actress nomination that I feel like is long overdue. So like I'm very interested in seeing what she's going to do here. Cody Smith-McPhee, Thomasin McKenzie, Francis Conroy. I mean, just an amazing cast overall. But also the fact that this is a Western, but a very different kind of Western than what we're used to. I'm not that familiar with Jane Campion as a director, but I've heard that she has a very specific style, and she's the kind of director that, has kind of been, obviously she did The Piano, and a lot of people really love that film, but like a lot of people have been saying like, it's been a while since she's really been like recognized for her work, and this film is very much deserving of that. So I'm very excited to see what she's going to end up doing here as a director. This film looks dark, it looks intriguing, it looks very mysterious, and I'm just really excited to see how it does turn out. I don't have a ton more to say to it than that, other than I'm very excited for it. The cinematography just looks absolutely immaculate here. I can't wait to see how this film turns out. Definitely one of the most anticipated of the month for sure. What are you screen sharing? Anyway, Power of the Dog.
Yeah, it looks like an interesting film. I've heard great things about it. Like, I'm also not too familiar with Jane Campion, but I've heard great things about her stuff. And this cast is really good. We got Benedict Cumberbatch, Kirsten Dunst, Jesse Plemons. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
All right, so if you guys are looking forward to Power of the Dog, like I said, it does come out on Netflix tomorrow, so very excited to watch this one for sure. Now, the next one we're talking about, it's definitely more of a smaller release, even though it's like the only like wide release film coming out this week. I don't really see a lot of people talking about this film, and that is Wolf.
Where they sent people who didn't fit into the real world.
Welcome, Jacob.
Species identity disorder can be cured so that a person who thinks themselves an animal can resume a happy, healthy, and rewarding life.
I want to do it. It's the best thing for everyone.
You're all gonna end up wonderful human beings.
They say the wolf and the wildcat are natural enemies. But they're wrong.
So Wolf overall, this is a film that I'm honestly kind of conflicted with. I really like the premise about it, where you have this guy who basically believes that he's a wolf, like trapped in a human body. And it's like to the point where he acts like a wolf, and he's sent to like this clinic that's going to cure people that have like this illness of sorts. And it's apparently like a real illness known as like species dysphoria, which I've never really heard of before, but it seems like this film is going to kind of shed light on that. So I'm excited to see how that really does go. Yeah, I think this film has just a ton of potential. It looks really weird and different. The trailer just hasn't really grabbed me. That's the thing. The trailer just has not grabbed me in the way that I wanted it to. I do love George McKay as an actor. I think he's one of those actors where, like, he always reminds me how great of an actor he can be no matter what project he's in. And I feel like this could definitely be one of those films. Lily Rose Depp, I mean, she's usually a really strong actress. But other than that, I don't really have a lot to say about this one. Like I said, I think this is a movie where right now the premise is more interesting to me than the actual like execution. So yeah, that's really what it's going to come down to. It's going to come down to the execution. I'm not sure if the execution's working for me, but we'll just have to see how it really does turn out. Henry, what do you think about Wolf?
It looks fine. I never heard of it until today, but it looks a lot. It reminds me of a lot of like The Lobster, and yeah, I don't know how I feel about this one. Like, I hope it's good. I think George McKay and Lily Rose Depp are gonna be good, but yeah, that's all about it, I have to say. And he's gone. Gone, Donkey Kong.
All right, so if you're if you are looking forward to Wolf, it does come out on December 3rd. Hoping this one turns out to be really good, but like I said, I have not really heard many people talking about this one. So what the fuck did you just do? Interested in seeing how this one does turn out. Now getting into the next film we're going to be discussing. It's another one that I don't think a lot of people have heard of, and that is a Christmas film, but not the kind of Christmas film you're thinking of. It's called Silent Night.
What part of shutting it down do you not understand? What part of that do you not understand? Huh? That means you quit now. You turn it fucking off. You go to fuck the bed. You have a midterm. You have a midterm in about 6 fucking hours. So go the fuck to bed. Go now.
All right. Maybe as scary as Silent Night. We'll have to see.
Did you bleed on the carrots?
Will I die?
Yep, probably.
Grandma!
Happy Christmas.
You're still alive?
Yes, I think so.
Jesus, they're early.
Tony and Simon robbed the petrol station.
Oh, what fun.
We make tremendous criminals. I felt so good.
But no, generally, Silent Night as a film, this is one that I'm very intrigued by. What I like about this film is that while it's a Christmas film, it has more of like this dark sort of horror undertone to it. I don't really know a ton about what's going on. It seems like there's this family, they've come together, and then there's some sort of like apocalypse going on, and it's like as a result of like some sort of choice that they've made. So I'm excited to see how that turns out. What really intrigues me about this film is the cast here. The cast here is absolutely stacked. I mean, Keira Knightley, Matthew Good, Annabelle Wallis, Lily Rose Depp, but the big one for me is seeing Roman Griffin Davis finally in another film. I literally was just thinking about this the other day. It's like he gave such such a strong performance in Jojo Rabbit. I haven't really seen him since then. So I'm so excited to see what he does in this film. I think he's going to give a really strong performance for sure. This movie looks very dark, but also seems like it's going to have some really good like humor attached to it. Overall, I'm definitely intrigued by this one. I'm not like hyped out of my mind or anything, but I always get excited when there's more like unorthodox sort of Christmas films coming out, and this seems like it could be right up my alley if it's executed well. So yeah, I'm definitely very interested in this one.
Yeah, I did not realize that Roman Griffin Davis has not been in anything since Jojo Rabbit.
Yeah, right. I was thinking about that too.
Yeah, I looked at it and it says that like his mom is directing this. So
oh wow, okay,
it's pretty interesting. Cool. But yeah, the trailer, like, I don't know what is going on. There's a lot going on. It's like there's some like comedy, some drama, some horror. Yeah, I think Keira Knightley is going to be really good, and it's produced by Matthew Vaughn, which is cool. And yeah, hope for the best.
All right, so Silent Night, if you are looking forward to it, it does come out on December 3rd on AMC Plus, by the way, may I add. It's a very interesting release, similar to how, like, The Humans was, like, randomly on Showtime. This is randomly going to, like, AMC Plus. Is this going to happen now, Henry? Like, weird sort of, like, holiday-type films are just going to end up on, like, random streaming services? I guess this is a thing now, but, well, I guess we'll have to see how this one turns out. But
which one's going to be on Quibi?
Yeah, they're gonna bring back Quibi just to put a movie on there because they're like, why the fuck not? But no, if you're looking forward to Silent Night, it does come out then. Now, switching gears entirely, we go from a film that I am very intrigued by to a film where I just question, like, why is this a thing? Why are we talking about this? I don't know, because it's coming out. It's everyone is so hyped for this film. It's the new, highly anticipated Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Here's what you need to know. Watch where you sit on the first day of school. Don't use the bathroom on the second floor. And finally, don't get the cheese touch. Because if you do, you might as well be dead.
Thank you, Roderick, for that wonderful pep talk. We're out of our league here. Maybe my mom can homeschool me. Hey, Greg! Want to come over and play? Yep, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be in therapy over this.
All right, so let's get into what I was excited about. When they announced that this was a thing, I generally was excited for it because I was like, okay, yeah, let's get an animated Diary of a Wimpy Kid film. There's so much more you can do with that in terms of the animation. You know, there's so many more like opportunities you have to like really showcase these characters. And I will say the live action films honestly hold up a lot better than I thought they originally did. We rewatched the first one in Roderick Rules last year, actually. Henry, I think you were there for that. We both rewatched those, and
we definitely did the third one in Midsommar.
Yeah, we definitely watched that. But no, generally hold up very well. Like, they're really good. I think, like, you know, kids films that honestly are a lot more clever than people give them credit for. But that being said, they definitely were a bit more limited because they were live action. So having a more animated version of it, yeah, there's a lot more you can do with it. The problem is, when I heard that they were doing animation, I didn't expect for them to look so horrifying. I mean, the animation here is terrifying. It's legitimate nightmare fuel, especially like Roderick and things like that. Not only is it like nightmare fuel, it looks unfinished. It just, everything about this animation, it just looks so off-putting to me, and I don't like anything that they're doing there. And then the thing that's really weird to me, I don't know if you know this, Henry, they just announced this movie's only going to be like 50 minutes long. So it's barely even like a full-on movie. It's probably going to be like a backdoor pilot, I would assume, for like a potential TV series. But yeah, I am not looking forward to this at all. The voice acting as well seems incredibly uninspired. The only actor that seems like he's actually putting effort into this is Brady Noon, who's playing Greg, which makes sense because he was in Good Boys and he was fantastic in that. So like, obviously he's going to put effort into this, but everyone else seems like they are just not caring about this at all. I'm not feeling really any of the actors here. Yeah, I am not looking forward to this. I don't know why they can't get it right. Like, they keep trying with these Diary of a Wimpy Kid films, and they're just, besides the originals, like they are always failing, and this does not seem any better than what we got in like 2017. I am very much dreading this one.
Yeah, this one does not look that good. Like, why does the animation look like that? Why couldn't it have looked more like the books?
Exactly.
Like, but yeah, guess it's only going to be 58 minutes. So.
Yep.
and I guess they're already working on a fucking Roderick Rules movie.
Yeah, I did hear about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't wait for them to ruin that one as well. But
good for Jeff Kinney, I guess.
I guess
getting
so.
That bag.
Yeah. If you are looking forward to Diary of a Wimpy Kid for some reason, it does come out on Disney Plus on December 3rd. Maybe it'll be good. Maybe it'll be fun, but I am just not looking forward to this at all. Also coming out on December 3rd, though, is a movie I am actually looking forward to, and that is Benedetta.
Paw Patrol.
No.
Un couvent n'est pas un lieu de charité, cher enfant. Pourquoi tu es là?
Dieu te parlera dans beaucoup de langues.
Ça m'effraie.
Benedetta, viens à moi.
Oh, quelle douleur.
So Benedetta, this actually looks really intriguing. Now, I will admit I am not that familiar with Paul Verhoeven as a director, but aside from Elle, I really enjoyed that movie a lot. That was actually one of my favorite films of 2016. It was very foreboding. It was very thrilling in that way. It was a really strong, I think, sort of psychological thriller. And, you know, Benedetta looks like a very different kind of film than that one, but he definitely has a very specific style. And this film looks pretty insane what he's doing here, where it takes place during the 17th century. And we focus on this woman who is like this respected nun in the abbey, but everyone looks at her as like very mythical and things like that. And eventually she starts to like this other woman, and she's kind of like judged and arrested for it. And it seems like this film is going to get really dark. It's going to get very gory, very graphic in that way. And I'm very much here for it. I don't have really much else to say aside from the fact that, like I said, Paul Verhoeven, I think, is a very interesting director, and this film seems like he is really going to another level that we really haven't seen from him before. I think this film is going to be very weird, and I'm very much here for it. So I've heard this film. Some people seem to like it. Some people seem to really not like it at all. Some people are saying it's like one of the best of the year. Who knows where I'm going to fall? Either way, I'm very much looking forward to this. The trailer was very intriguing to me, and very much seems like something that is very much my kind of shit when it comes to foreign films. I've said it before, it's very hard to like sell me on a foreign film because I don't think the marketing, they know how to appeal to like American audiences very well. But I feel like this one sold the movie very well, and I'm definitely looking forward to it.
Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of like Verhoeven's movies, but it is pretty interesting. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna be really interesting. And
oh, what am I saying? He also directed Starship Troopers, which is a very interesting Here I'm thinking he's just done like a bunch of like foreign films, but that's not true. He did like Starship Troopers, he did RoboCop,
Total Recall,
fucking Showgirls. Like this man really has quite the wide variety when it comes to filmography.
Yeah, I don't know a lot of the actors except for Charlotte Rampling.
Yeah,
but
that's the obvious one.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're looking forward to Benedetta, it does come out on December 3rd. Hoping this one can turn out to be really great. And also coming out on December 3rd is a documentary that I'm actually very interested in, and that is Fleas.
Hvad betyder ordet hjem for dig?
Hjem er noget, som er trygt.
Kaboul, les attaques des Moudjahidines repris.
Har du nogensinde fortalt din livshistorie før?
Here's the thing. I don't talk about documentaries that often on these movie previews, especially because I've gotten the sense that a lot of my guests, they just don't have a lot of insight. They don't have a lot to say when it comes to them. And I can understand that because it's a documentary. You don't really have a ton you can say in terms of anticipation. But what I think makes Fleas stand out more than others is that this is a very different kind of documentary. Not only is this telling a story that is a lot more personal than most, where we have this man and basically he's talking about his story for the first time about like kind of fleeing his country of Afghanistan and how he went to Denmark and how he became this like refugee of sorts and how that kind of led him to eventually marry his husband. So that already sounds like a very emotional subject. But then you add to the fact that this entire movie, almost the entire thing, is animated and it's told through animation. And I think that's a really interesting idea. That's a very different way to tell a documentary than we've seen in other films. And that's definitely something that is one of the reasons I'm looking forward to this as much as I am. I remember all the way back in Sundance, again, I feel like I'm saying this at least once a month with every film. I remember back in Sundance, this was a film that everyone was like really raving about because of how different and like unorthodox it was from like other documentaries. And this really does seem like something special. And the more I see in terms of like the marketing, the more excited I really am becoming for this one. I have no idea what the like expansion is in terms of the release. Unfortunately, I know my theater is not getting it this week, so that's a little unfortunate. But I do hope that I am able to see this in some capacity, because this really does seem like something special. This seems like the kind of documentary that we only get every so often. So I am very much on board for this one. Very much one of my most anticipated of the month, I would say.
Yeah, this one looks interesting. I think it did get a lot of praise at Sundance, which is cool.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I do think the animation looks really good, and I think this is definitely going to be an important film.
All right. So if you are looking forward to Flea, it does come out on December 3rd. Those are all of the movies coming out on December 3rd. Power of the Dog, Wolf, Silent Night, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Benedetta, and Flea. Now we transition to the week of December 10th, where there's some pretty big releases coming out then. Starting off with this first one that we are talking about. It's a film that I especially have had quite the roller coaster ride with in terms of anticipation. And if you guys know what I'm talking about when I say what the movie is, that of course is the remake of West Side Story.
This is my first time in New York City. I want to be happy here. I want to make a life, a home.
Are you ready? Tonight is about family. The first gringo boy who smiles at you.
Okay, so West Side Story. Let's talk about this film, because I'm sure you guys know, originally I was not looking forward to this very much at all. It wasn't that like I was like dreading it or anything. I just didn't really see the point of it. I think that the original film is very much a classic. I think it's one of those musicals that really is looked at as like it defined its genre in that way. It really kind of traversed the musical genre as a whole, showed what you can do with musical movies. And I think just in general, it's one of those movies that you just wouldn't think of remaking. The only reason I would remake it is because of the dubbing, because Natalie Wood was dubbed without being told. And that's something that is a little icky to me. And that's like the only thing that holds that movie back. When it comes to this film, again, I just didn't really see the point in it existing. And, you know, when the first teaser came out, I was especially like hesitant about it. I was like, I don't really know if this is fully going to work. This feels a bit just kind of uninspired to me. I just didn't really know how it was going to go. But the one constant that kept me excited was Rachel Zegler. Rachel Zegler, for those who don't know, is not a professional actress. This is someone who was she was like a senior in high school. She did a bunch of like musicals and plays like throughout her school. She has a lot of theater experience, but she doesn't have, she hasn't done a lot of films before this. This is her first movie. And I think that's really cool. The idea that just this random, girl from New Jersey can be in like one of the most like high profile musical films of all time. I think that's amazing. And that had me very intrigued for this film. But then we think about the fact that Ansel Elgort's in it, and that also makes me feel kind of ugh. So I didn't really know how to feel, but I do have to say, the closer we get to it, the more intrigued I really am becoming. What I like about this remake is that it seems like it is trying to do something a lot different from the movie. They're diving a lot more into like the culture of the sharks, especially now that they have like actual like Mexican actors. That's something that they are taking full advantage of, and it seems like it is very much going to pay off for them. Also, I mean, the cast here is really strong. Not just Rachel Zegler, but also Ariana DeBose as Anita seems like pitch perfect casting to me. Everything that she's been in, I have been everything that she has been in, I have been like so just blown away by her as an actress, and this really seems like it's that role that is really going to put her on the map, and people I think are really going to be like watching out for her after this. David Alvarez I think is really well cast as Bernardo. It's really cool to see him get some work. I think Mike Feist is going to be a really good riffraff. So I do think the cast here overall is really good. And I mean, also just the cinematography of this film looks absolutely incredible, and it definitely seems like something that is going to be worth watching for sure. I think that alone is one of the reasons to really get excited for this movie, is just the look and feel of everything. Everything looks so tangible, but also just in terms of like what they're doing with the scenery. I mean, they are really going all out with that. And then Steven Spielberg directing. I mean, that's another thing that you cannot dispute. Steven Spielberg is one of the best directors ever, and he's also never made a musical. And I always love when directors like try to challenge themselves, and just the idea of him making a musical is something that very much does excite me. And so I think I've gotten to a point where I can say, yeah, I'm excited for this movie now. I'm still very trepidatious. I'm not like hyped out of my mind or anything. This is not on the level of like my excitement for In the Heights or Tick, Tick, Boom or even Dear Evan Hansen when that first came out. But I still am excited. I still am really hoping that this film turns out well. I still really do think that if the chips are in play, this can be a really good remake. I'm not sure if it's going to be as good as the original, because like I said, I really do hold that film I remember that film very fondly. I haven't seen it in a while, granted, so maybe it doesn't hold up quite as well as I think it does. But the last time I saw it, I remember I was a pretty huge, big fan of it. So yeah, I think I can overall say I am looking forward to this film, but still just have a bit of hesitancy with how it's going to turn out. So I'm still reserving my judgment until I see the movie, but I think I can say I'm overall excited. I know that was pretty long-winded, but Henry, go ahead.
Yeah, I do love Steven Spielberg. Like, he was one of the directors that got me like really into film when I was a kid, so I probably would have been more excited for this when I was younger, but still does look pretty good. I saw that Rachel Zegler is getting roles in like Shazam, the new Shazam movie.
Yeah, that too.
She's gonna be Snow White, and this movie just barely premiered, so that's impressive stuff. But he's still in this movie. You know who I'm talking about?
No, there's no one there. She's singing to an invisible. Rachel Zegler is singing tonight to just like Just like you know, she's just singing on the ledge. She's singing it to an apartment ledge. That's all she's singing to.
Yeah, is this the sequel to The Invisible Man? Where's Elizabeth Moss?
Yeah, there's no one else there. Where's yeah.
But yeah, it is. Yeah, and like you were saying, like I don't know if this is like the movie that needed to be remade, but
yeah.
Here it is. Hope it's good. And R.I.P. Stephen Sondheim.
Oh, yeah, that too. It's honestly pretty crazy the way that timing worked out, especially with like Tick, Tick, Boom coming out, because he plays a pretty significant role in that film. And so to have that and now West Side Story coming out, which, by the way, Sondheim was very much praising this version of West Side Story. So that also has me feeling hopeful. Stephen Sondheim is you know, really pushing it, and he's even said before he doesn't like movie musicals. So like if Stephen Sondheim is, you know, really pushing for this film and trying to and telling people to see it, like that especially has me hopeful. So yeah, West Side Story again. I'm not sure. It
comes out the 60th anniversary of the original.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that. That's pretty cool, though. But yeah, West Side Story, if you guys are looking forward to it, it does come out on December 10th. Certainly going to be like the big musical spectacle to close out the year. And I mean, truly an incredible year for musicals. Like, let me just say, it's been such an amazing year for movie musicals overall. So I do hope this closes things out nicely. But again, I'm still a little hesitant with how it'll overall turn out. But we'll have to see. Now, the next film we're talking about, we're going to be switching gears entirely, going from a movie that I know a lot of people know about to one that I don't think as many people know that much about, and that is Red Rocket.
Your last job is over 17 years ago. That's quite a gap.
Well, you know, I've worked almost every day for the last 17 years. I moved back in with my wife last week.
No, I'm calling the cops. 10, 9,
Really?
8.
We decided to make a run of it.
I just need a place to crash for a couple of days. What's the big deal?
Nike, go fuck yourself.
All right, look, I'm gonna be straight with you. I'm an adult film actor.
Excuse me?
All right, so Red Rocket, this is the new film from Sean Baker. And in general, I think this looks really fun. I really like the premise of this film a lot, where we have this guy who's not just a washed-up celebrity, he's a washed-up porn star. And he goes to this hometown, nobody really takes him seriously. He's kind of a joke, and he's trying to like turn his life around. Seems like it could be a lot of fun. The one thing that's really intriguing about this is Simon Rex. I never would have thought I'd see him again. The last time I saw him, I think was fucking like Scary Movie 3 and like, or Scary Movie 4. And like, since then, I haven't really seen him in like anything. Oh, that's not true. I saw him in Bodied. He was great in that. I did see him in Bodied, but he had like a pretty small role in that film. But I think overall, you know, he seems like he's going to give a really strong performance here, and I think he's going to carry this film very well. Sean Baker, as a director, you guys know I wasn't the biggest fan of The Florida Project. I don't hate it, but I just wasn't a huge fan of that film. But I will always appreciate the naturalistic and like authentic type style that he has as a director, really trying to make things feel like as lifelike as possible. And it seems like he's still very much doing that here, but he's going in a more comedic direction, and I like the way he really is challenging himself. So yeah, I think overall this looks like a lot of fun. I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Similar to Flea, I don't know what the like release schedule for this one is, so I don't really know when I'm going to get to see it, but hopefully I get to see it soon enough, because I think this has a lot of potential. So yeah, I'm overall looking forward to this one quite a bit.
Yeah, this one looks interesting. Like, Sean Baker has, I've only like seen The Florida Project from him, but both movies have like a really cool style that I'm interested in. Yeah, Simon Rex looks really good.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm interested in seeing what this one's all about.
All right, so if you are looking forward to Red Rocket, it does come out on December 10th. Now, the next one we're talking about, this is one that I didn't even know was coming out until I literally saw the trailer like a couple weeks ago, and that is a movie called National Champions.
Coach, I think it's best if the NCAA took the reins here.
LaMarcus is a good person.
We squander a $600 million payday for tomorrow alone.
Everybody around us got private jets and private chefs. You got insurance? What you gonna fix your broken body with, huh?
He makes a compelling argument, and I know I stand behind him.
The reality is he's got so much to lose.
Do not let LaMarcus rob you of your legacy.
My football team will play for me.
You two cannot unionize college sports, and that's a fact.
4 players just tweeted we're in with the hashtag fix the system.
It ain't just 2 of us no more, and that's a fact.
All right, so National Champions, like I said, I didn't even think this movie was going to come out because there wasn't a trailer, but then I saw King Richard, and they played this trailer, and honestly, for someone who doesn't really like sports movies, I actually am kind of looking forward to this. I actually like the premise of this film quite a bit, where basically it seems like this film is really going to be sort of like a deep dive into the abuse that athletes often go through and how they are constantly pushed for things, but they don't get fair compensation. They're not as, equal as they're told they are and things like that. And so we have this character, LaMarcus James, who decides that he's going to kind of like go on strike, and he starts this whole sort of movement. And that seems very intriguing. The cast here is absolutely incredible as well. I mean, Stephen James, J.K. Simmons, Alexander Ludwig, Lil Howry, Kristen Chenoweth, Timothy Oliphant, Uzo Aduba, David Koechner, list goes on and on from there. But overall, I mean, that really does seem intriguing. I think that the premise of this film sounds a lot more interesting than your typical sports movie. It's not just like, oh, we got to win the big championship and let's see if we can do it. Like it's a little bit more complex than that. So that definitely does have me quite intrigued. The only thing that does hold this film back for me is the director here. The director here is Rick Roman Way. And if you know that guy, he's done films like Angel Has Fallen, but he also did Greenland, which I enjoyed quite a bit overall. And so that definitely does. I think the thing that does intrigue me about this film, the director, Rick Roman Way, kind of hit or miss for me. Like, he's made films like Greenland, which I like quite a bit, but then he's also made something like Angel Has Fallen, which I found incredibly disposable. So I'm not really sure where this is going to fall. But like I said, overall, I'm a little bit more intrigued for this one than I initially was. I'm not like hyped out of my mind or anything, but compared to most sports films, I honestly think it looks pretty good. So yeah. Wake up.
Yeah, I'm not huge into like sports movies, but the story of this one is really interesting, and the trailer definitely like showed some pretty cool shit. It was like, okay, there might be something here. And the cast, of course, we got J.K. Simmons, Tim Blake Nelson, David Koechner, and quite a lot of people. We got like King Batch, who's definitely the best actor.
He's in like everything.
Yeah, I never heard of this until now, but who knows? There might be. Oh yeah, French Montana's in this.
Oh wow, what the fuck?
He plays himself apparently.
Oh, wow. That's a really random casting.
Yeah.
All right. So if you are looking forward to National Champions, it does, of course, come out on December 10th. I hope this one turns out to be really good, but we will just have to see how it really does turn out. Also coming out, though, on December 10th is a movie I am pretty intrigued by, and that is Encounter.
It's okay. What's going on here? Road trip with my boys at 3 a.m.
No, please, stop!
This operation extends to all adjacent states. They have no idea the kind of danger that they're in.
So Encounter, I'll be honest, I don't know a ton about this movie overall. I know that it's about this like Marine veteran, and he's kind of like taking his kids on the run from the military because of this alien invasion that's like going to be starting up. But other than that, I don't really know a ton about this movie. What really intrigues me is the cast here. You got Octavia Spencer, Janina Gavankar, but the big one, of course, is Riz Ahmed. Him doing yet another movie. Him doing yet another movie for Amazon Prime, especially coming off the heels of Sound of Metal. I mean, obviously, I got to get excited for it. That definitely does have me really hyped to see what he's going to do here. I don't think by any means this will be on the level of Sound of Metal, but just the fact he's doing another movie for Amazon Prime, it's very different from the last one he did, but I think this one has a lot of potential for sure. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this one. Not too familiar with like the director or the writer or anything like that, but overall, I think this has a lot of potential. So yeah, overall, I'm excited for this.
Yeah, this looks like an interesting film. We got Riz Ahmed looks great, and the story seems cool. Like the visuals are very cool, and yes, looks like it's gonna be pretty good.
Yeah. So overall, Encounter, if you're looking forward to it, it does come out on December 10th. Now, the next movie we're talking about, it's one that I was initially looking forward to, but now I'm not really sure, and that is A Journal for Jordan.
Dear Jordan, the moment I met your mother, I knew she was the one.
He is not exactly my type.
When you try your best, but you don't succeed. And after some convincing, she fell for me too.
I think you are beautiful.
When you get what you want, but not what you need.
But I want to see more of your city. I want to see more of your city. I'll take your state, your zip code.
So, A Journal for Jordan, this film should really excite me for a couple reasons. One, you got Michael B. Jordan at the center of it all, and we know how great of an actor he can really be with pretty much any film that he does tackle. It's got a pretty interesting premise where this guy is being deployed to Iraq, and he kind of keeps this journal of like his love for his infant son, you know, in the event that he isn't around to parent for him and things like that. And we also center on like his relationship with his fiance. So that also, you know, could be really endearing. And then there's the fact that Denzel Washington is directing this film. And I mean, he's fucking Denzel Washington. So obviously anything he puts out is probably going to be really good, right? Well, I'll be honest. The trailers for this film just have not done anything for me. I have not really been intrigued by anything I'm really seeing here. I don't think this film really looks all that interesting. It honestly looks pretty fucking cheesy from the way that it is being directed. So I don't know. I mean, just something about this film, it's just not really clicking with me in the way that I wanted to. I hope that it turns out to be really good, but right now I'm just not really feeling it. I love Michael B. Jordan. I love Denzel Washington. Shantae Adams, I also think, is a really good actress. But overall, I'm just not really super into this. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not super looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I don't know about this one. Like, I didn't see the trailer till today, but like, yeah, I don't know. It looks a little Oscar bait. Like,
yep,
it is based on a book, which is interesting. So I guess it's a true story, but yeah, I do think that Michael B. Jordan and Shantae Adams are gonna be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see.
So yeah, if you are looking forward to A Journal for Jordan, it does come out on December 10th. It goes wide on Christmas Day as well. So, and it also is going to have a special preview, I believe, on Saturday in select theaters. So if you're looking forward to it, you can see it then as well. Yeah, that's A Journal for Jordan. Now, the next film we're talking about, we're getting now into the Netflix films, where around this time, Netflix will put out a bunch of films that look very promising, and then they'll put out a bunch of films that look kind of whatever. And this next one we're talking about...
Woman.
What?
I said Promising Young Woman.
Yeah, that was a great Netflix film. No, this next one we're talking about falls into, I think, both of those categories, and that is The Unforgivable.
Ruth, phone call. Hello? Hello?
You're gonna pay for what you did.
I was in prison. I just got out. I was there for 20 years.
For what?
So The Unforgivable, this one is one that, again, I'm kind of conflicted with overall. I think that the thing that makes me excited for this film is the cast here. The cast here is absolutely phenomenal. Sandra Bullock, Vincent D'Onofrio, John Bernthal, Viola Davis, Aisling Franciosi, Rob Morgan, really stacked cast here, Richard Thomas as well. And I don't mind the premise of this film, where it's like this woman who's been released from prison for 20 years for committing a crime that was very violent and something that was definitely not justified in any way. And now she's trying to like rebuild her life because her sister was taken away from her. And she comes across this couple and they kind of have like mixed reactions to it. My issue is that I just think it looks kind of whatever. I feel like it's going to be kind of Oscar baity. I don't really think this film is going to fully dive into the things that it needs to, but I also think if handled well, it could be generally very powerful. So I don't really know where this film is going to fall. I think that Sandra Bullock seems like she's going to give a really strong performance, as does Viola Davis. But other than that, I don't really know how to feel when it comes to this one. I just think overall it looks kind of meh in terms of execution. So I guess we'll have to see. The one thing that's interesting is that Hans Zimmer is doing the score for this movie, and he just came off the heels of doing the scores for both No Time to Die and Dune. And I don't think this film will be anywhere on that level in terms of scores, but wouldn't it be interesting if it was? So yeah, that also gets me excited. But overall, I think this looks just kind of meh. We'll see how it turns out. But yeah, go ahead, Henry.
Yeah, this looks like some Oscar bait. Like, I feel like maybe the directing's good or something, but I don't know. It's just from like the trailer, it just seems like everyone's like overacting, and yeah, it could be good, but I don't know. My hopes are not too high, unfortunately.
All right, so The Unforgivable, if you're looking forward to it, it does come out on December 10th. Hoping this one can turn out to be good, but we'll really have to see how it does turn out. So those are all the films coming out on December 10th. We now move on, and look, I had this list ready to go. I had like 30 films on this list. It seemed like everything was like, you know, set up. We were ready to do the movie preview. And then fucking Paramount Plus out of nowhere is like, this movie's gonna come out. And now we're talking about it, Henry. This movie was supposed to come out in like fucking February. And now all of a sudden it's coming out in December. And here we are, December 15th. We're talking about fucking Rumble.
In a long history of monster wrestling, there has never been a champion quite like Tentacular. Fans around the world are asking, is there a challenger out there with the hunger, the drive, the discipline to become the next champion?
What?
All right, I think that's enough for today.
My God, where do I begin with this film? Look, the premise of this movie, I mean, I get it. It's an animated film. But the premise of this movie is literally one of the dumbest ones I have heard in so long. You got these monsters and these humans, and they're colliding, and these monsters are like big superstar athletes, and they compete in this like wrestling sport called like literally called monster wrestling. And like this girl wants to follow in like her father's footsteps by like coaching one of them. I mean, just everything about this seems so fucking stupid. This does not seem like a movie that is really going to do anything beyond just the ridiculousness of its premise. It seems kind of gimmicky in that way to me. And then this cast is just fucking insane, and not in a good way. Like, I don't understand this cast at all. You got Will Arnett, Terry Crews, Geraldine Viswanathan. That sounds okay, right? Okay, but you also have Roman Reigns. You got fucking Tony Danza for some reason, who I haven't seen in like years. You got Becky Lynch, Susan Kalecki Watson, Stephen A. Smith is in this movie for some reason, Jimmy Tatro and Ben Schwartz. So really all over the place in terms of casting. The animation does not really seem that great here either. Honestly, some of it looks very ugly to look at. And yeah, I mean, I chalk it up this way. Paramount Plus, they were supposed to release this movie in like February. This was supposed to come to theaters. There was a trailer ready. I even saw trailers for it, like for recent animated movies. And now all of a sudden they're like, fuck that. We're just going to dump it onto Paramount Plus. That does not exactly inspire confidence. And the fact that they are just dumping it on in December, it proves to me that they are not confident this film is going to do well theatrical-wise, but also they don't have much confidence in this film at all. So, like, if they don't have any confidence in this, why should I? And yeah, I mean, I am very much dreading this one. This looks like a highly obnoxious animated film, and I'm glad we're getting it out of the way, but I did not think I would have to deal with this film yet. I thought I would have to wait a couple months, but like, no, Paramount Plus is like, let's just torture Kevin now. Why not? Let's just go ahead and do it. It's not Torture Kevin Monday anymore. It's Torture Kevin Wednesday, because December 15th, when this movie comes out, it's really going to be a hard day. And Henry's fucking Doctor Strange right now. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, what do you have to say about this film?
Yeah, this looks stupid. Like, I don't know why they making this. Like, this was supposed to come out in July 2020, and like before the pandemic even happened, they moved it to like January 2020.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Keep moving it back, and now they're just like, no, let's just put this shit out now. So we never have to think about it again. Yes. Not look good.
Not at all. Not at all. If you're looking forward to Rumble, it does come out on December 15th. It'll be on Paramount Plus. Will not be on anything else, really. It will not be in theaters. You'll have to watch it on Paramount Plus. If not, that's your only chance, I guess. So look forward to it if you're excited. But now we get into the next film we're going to be discussing, which is actually something I am looking forward to, and that is The Hand of God.
Amore, non correre!
Non ti preoccupare, va!
Ti sei fatto grande.
Guarda tua madre.
Eternamente voglio restare con te. Vabbè.
So The Hand of God, you know, Netflix likes to release a lot of foreign films around this time because they want to have that one that's going to be like this big, like, awards contender for them. And I will say from the trailer, I definitely do get that vibe from this film. I think this film looks like it could be very effective. Seems like it could be a really good sort of, you know, drama in that way. I don't know a ton about this story where this man is going through this time in his life, and he's basically saved from this freak accident by Diego Maradona. But overall, I think this film definitely has a lot of intrigue to it. Paulo Sorrento is a very interesting director. I really love Youth a lot. That was one of my favorite films of 2015. I've seen a little bit of The Unpope, and that show is definitely a trip. I think that's the best way to sum it up. There's really nothing quite like it of what I've seen. But yeah, I think overall, this film seems like it could be very emotional. It seems like this could be more of a personal film for Paulo Sorrento, and that alone tells me that it probably is going to end up for like Best International Film for like the Oscars and things like that. So yeah, I think this film has quite a bit of potential. I wasn't like blown away by the trailer or anything, but I'm overall looking forward to it.
Yeah, I don't know much about this, but it does look interesting, and it's been getting good reviews at like film festivals and stuff, so it's probably gonna be some good stuff.
All right, so if you are looking forward to The Hand of God, it does come out on December 15th. The next movie we're talking about, I need to go ahead and introduce someone. There's someone that needed to be here for this film. It would be an absolute injustice to not have this person here. You know him, you love him. Here he is, FilmFan0599.
You don't know me and you don't love me. Anyways, but yeah, I'm here to introduce Spider-Man No Way Home.
Woo!
When you botched that spell where you wanted everyone to forget the Peter Parker Spider-Man, we started getting some visitors. From every universe.
Hello, Peter.
Yeah, Spider-Man. Why is also Henry's? Why was Henry's name FilmFan0599? This one.
I'm you, but one less. That was 0598.
Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah. I feel like by now we we all know the shebanging with this. I'm a huge Spider-Man fan. And this seems like it's going to be the biggest movie ever created by man. It just seems that way. I'm just being honest. It seems that way. It's going to be the greatest. It's going to be the biggest movie known to mankind. We got Otto Octavius coming back. We got the Green Goblin coming back. We got fucking Electro, Sandman, the Lizard, all of Kevin's favorites. And we got we got the possibility of a little Tobey Maguire and a little Andrew Garfield coming back too. So it's quite exciting.
Grace will definitely come back
night, and I'm hyped as hell. I don't know why the volume is so low for Kevin and Henry on my end, but you know what? Fuck it. It's probably because I'm on my phone. But you know what? It's all good. I'm only here just to talk about this movie. Well, I'm here to talk about 2 other movies too. But but no. In all seriousness, so this movie actually does look really great. I'm very excited. The trailers have been really delivering a lot better than I expected them to be. Because I don't know, like I didn't really know what to expect with this, but it seems like although Sony is not as Sony and Marvel have not done a great job of keeping things a secret, I will admit that these trailers still do leave some suspicion of what could possibly happen, and I'm really excited to see what unfolds in the movie. I think it looks really great, honestly. I think this could become one of the best in the MCU if done right, so I'm hyped. I've been really kind of drifting away. Well, I don't want to say drifting away from the MCU, but I'm not nearly as in the anticipations with things like I used to be. But this is obviously the exception. This is obviously like anything involving Spider-Man will always get me excited no matter what. So yeah, I'm excited for this, and I hope it leads to the expectations I do have for it.
All right, Spider-Man No Way Home. I mean, what is there to say about this movie that hasn't already been said? I mean, this seems like everything that you could have ever wanted in a Spider-Man movie. They are just giving you the goods here. They are not only giving you, you know, what actually seems to be a pretty emotional story for Tom Holland's character, and kind of seeing like the ramifications of what really happens now that everyone knows his secret. Everyone knows that he's Spider-Man. It really seems like we are going to be given the time to like really see him process that and how that really does affect him. But then also simultaneously see how him making this, you know, wish to where everyone's going to forget except for a few people, and how he really kind of like fucks up that spell. You know, what that's really going to do as well. And the idea that he's now in like all these parallel worlds, and it seems like all these villains are trying to like, he's going to have to defeat them. He needs to be the one to do it. I'm very interested in seeing how that's all going to play out. But like Double Nine alluded to, there's still a lot of things we don't know about this movie. And I think with two, like nearly 3.5-minute trailers, that definitely is impressive. The fact that they've been able to keep so much under wraps. Like, we think Toby and Andrew are coming back, but we don't know for sure. We haven't seen any confirmation that that's happening. Like, yeah, we've seen some maybe stills. We've heard maybe some rumblings of it, but we don't know for sure if that's going to happen.
Some leaks.
Well, we don't know if those are actual leaks. We'll have to see.
Look at Tobey Maguire's dick.
Yeah, yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. You know, them bringing back all of these different villains, which I'm honestly here for, especially what they're doing with Electro, the fact that they're going to be taking him in such a different direction. I feel like that character obviously was very much done dirty in Amazing Spider-Man 2, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they're able to do with him here. Are we going to be able to actually take him seriously as a villain? You know, I think Jamie Foxx could actually be really good, and I'm looking forward to seeing what he's going to do. Obviously, you know, getting Alfred Molina back especially is like amazing to me. The fact that he's actually coming back for this movie and seems like he's going to be like the main villain here. I'm excited to see how that goes. William Dafoe. I mean, Thomas Hayden Church has come back. It's fucking insane how this movie was going to turn out. And I know obviously there is the fear that this is going to be way too overstuffed and that there's just too much going on here. But I think overall, I trust Marvel, and I trust, you know, I trust John Watts enough to make a grounded enough Spider-Man movie. I think something they've done really well with this character in at least this iteration is that they've taken him in so many different directions, and we've seen so many stories about Spider-Man that we really haven't seen before. And I feel like this is really going to be like the culmination of that. Like, we're going to see him go through the most daring challenges possible. I think this film is really going to be something special if it is handled right. I can absolutely see this being one of the most epic films the MCU has ever given us. I don't really know what to expect, to be honest with you, how this is all going to turn out, but that makes me that much more intrigued. I don't know how this is all going to play out. I don't know what this is all going to mean. Some people think this will result in him potentially leaving the MCU. I don't know if that's going to happen. You know, there's so many.
Well, I mean, I guess it's not that, because it just confirmed that like Spider-Man has like 3 more movies. So like, I don't know. We'll have to see.
Obviously, yeah, I don't know if that's going to happen. So I guess we'll see how that does play out. But yeah, I mean, there is so much potential when it comes to this film. The hype has never been high. I mean, the hype has never been higher. I mean, literally.
Yeah, I was about to say, what the fuck you mean the hype has never been high? This is literally the highest the hype has ever been. What do you mean?
The hype has never been higher than it has for this movie. I mean, just ticket sales alone will tell you that, with how crazy all of that was.
Shout out the fucking Violet! Shout out the Violet getting us the fucking tickets, baby!
Yeah, no, literally. I am so excited to see how this movie does turn out. I feel like I've said all I needed to. Absolutely my most anticipated of the entire month. I feel like it's the easy choice, but definitely the most anticipated for me. So, yeah, can't wait to see how this film plays out.
Hands up!
Yeah. This looks like some badass shit. Like,
yes.
We got Spider-Man and Doctor Strange and the multiverse, and we got a bunch of villains coming back, which is pretty cool. And But yeah, we have Daredevil coming back.
Possibly, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too. That too.
Yes, gonna be really interesting to see this all play out, and I think this might be the first post-pandemic movie to make $1 billion.
Yeah, I think for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
it's definitely happening. But yeah,
do this crap.
Just don't. Look, I'm looking forward to this movie a lot, but God, that's easily the worst thing that's come out of this so far. Good God.
But yeah, if you're looking forward to Spider-Man No Way Home, it does come out on December 17th. Very, very hyped for this film. Obviously, you're all going to see it no matter what. I'm sure most people will end up seeing this one. And yeah, but you know what? You're going to stay here, Double Nine, because of the next movie we're talking about.
Yeah, I know. That's why I have it. Yeah.
I think it's one that you're also pretty excited for. It's a little film.
That's an understatement.
It's a little Guillermo del Toro film called Nightmare Alley.
Dougal.
No.
I will ask you simple questions. You will answer in short sentences only what you believe to be absolute truth.
Absolute truth. I can do that.
Now, brief as you can, what is your name?
Stanton Carlisle.
Right, so Nightmare Alley, look, this is another film that I've been excited for a very long time now. Guillermo del Toro is really just one of the most, I think, visionary directors out there. He just has such an interesting and like imaginative style, and whenever he gets his hands on a film, you know, it's something that I'm usually really excited for, but especially a film like this, you know, those are especially the ones that really do intrigue me, and everything about this film, I am just so hyped for. The premise alone really seems interesting, where we focus on this guy who he has a talent for like manipulating people, and he hooks up with this girl who is even more like dangerous than he is, and they kind of go down this like dark path, and that's really all we know, and that's really all I need to know going into this. The cast here is absolutely phenomenal. Bradley Cooper, Cate Blanchett, Toni Collette, William Dafoe, Rooney Mara, Mary Steenburgen, David Strahan, Ron Perlman. The list really goes on and on when it comes to this cast. And then, oh my God, I mean, the visuals especially, this really seems like it could be a film that maybe wins best you know, like set design of the year and things like that. I definitely could see that happening with this film. It has such an amazing look to it. The first teaser especially was so striking in terms of the cinematography. I was honestly blown away with how all of that was constructed. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say when it comes to this movie. I think Guillermo del Toro is really going to knock it out of the park once again. I'm not familiar, by the way, with the original film, but I will obviously be watching it before this one. So very excited to see how this turns out. If it wasn't for No Way Home, this would easily be my most anticipated of the month. But it's like neck and neck between those two. Very, very hyped for this one. But Double Nine, go ahead.
What the fuck do you know about Guillermo del Toro, bitch? Here we go.
Pan's Labyrinth, Shape of Water.
Here we are out here, motherfucker. We got shut the fuck up. We got a new Guillermo del Toro movie out here, but no, in all seriousness though, we got a new Guillermo del Toro movie 4 years after his magnum fucking opus. He's come back and he's making another movie, and this looks great. It really does. Like, I'm really excited about this. This has a stacked cast. The premise sounds really intriguing, and yeah, this looks like some weird dark shit. I'm hyped for it. You know, exactly what I come for Guillermo del Toro. Weird dark shit. You know, it's cool. It looks great. I'm very excited about it. The trailer was really good to it. You know, we were almost not sure if this movie was even going to come out this year, but I'm glad it is. and especially during award season and shit. So yeah, it looks great. I'm very excited. Guillermo del Toro is like in my top 3 favorite directors of all time. I love this man so much. He is a beautiful, beautiful man who deserves the world. And yeah, this movie looks fantastic, honestly. You know, like I said, this is coming off the heels of, like, you know, his Best Picture win and shit like that. So it's even more hype to get with this movie. So yeah, I'm very excited. Guillermo del Toro, baby, the fucking go.
Yeah, GDT is back with Nightmare Alley, and this might be the most insane movie yet. Like, watching those trailers, I was shook on the big screen. And we got an amazing cast with, like, Bradley Cooper and Cate Blanchett, Toni Collette, Willem Dafoe, Richard Jenkins, Rooney Mara, and just goes on and on. Like, and I'm also not familiar with, like, the other film version from 1947, but I do know that that's a Criterion titles, which is pretty cool. And yeah, like, it sucked that it was supposed to come out last year, but it got delayed because COVID, but we're getting it now, and I'm hyped.
All right, so Nightmare Alley, if you are looking forward to it, it does come out on December 17th. Crazy that we have both this and Spider-Man coming out on the same day, but it's going to be hopefully a very godly weekend for movies, but we'll have to see how that really does turn out.
I'll see y'all later when we talk about another.
We're going to watch both at the same time.
Yeah, watch them both at the exact same time. That's an amazing idea. We'll definitely do that. But the next movie we're talking about, it's one that I don't think is quite as anticipated, but it is also coming out on December 17th, and that is The Tender Bar.
Hey, whose kid is that?
My sister's.
Which sister? The hot one or the crazy one?
What, do you want to die? Okay, 2 rules. I'm never going to let you win. And I'm going to always tell you the truth. Your father is deadbeat. I'll take care of you. Teach you the male sciences. I saw you in the yard playing sports. You're not very good. Now find some other activities.
I like to read.
You read enough of those? Maybe. You could become a writer. One more thing, very important. Never hit a woman, even if she stabs you with scissors.
Got it.
So The Tender Bar, yeah, this film doesn't come out on Amazon Prime until January 7th, but it comes theatrically on December 17th, so I figured I would count it here. Yeah, this to me looks very Oscar baity, I think. I think the premise especially seems like something that we've seen 1,000 times before, where this boy's like seeking a replacement for his father who like disappeared shortly, and he bonds with his uncle, and he like develops this like very close relationship with him. I've heard Ben Affleck is like amazing in this movie, and he's probably going to get like a Best Supporting Actor nomination, but I really haven't heard much else besides that, and that's kind of the vibe I get from this trailer. I just don't really feel much towards this movie. And the thing that especially does not inspire confidence is the director. This is directed by George Clooney. And I've said it before, I think that George Clooney, phenomenal actor, really not a very good director at all. I have yet to see a movie from George Clooney directing wise that I really do enjoy. I just don't think that he has that directorial flair. A lot of his movies are just very sleepy in that way, and this very much seems like one of them. I just am not really feeling this at all. Like I said, it seems very cheesy. It seems very melodramatic, and I mean, Lily Rabe seems like she's going to give a good performance as well, besides Ben Affleck, and that's great. I'm glad she's getting work, but like other than that, I mean, I just can't get excited for George Clooney directorial films anymore. The last one was The Midnight Sky. I was looking forward to it. That film let me down. I expect for this one to not be that great either. So yeah, I just can't get excited for this one.
I forgot The Midnight Sky was a thing.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
because I was looking and I was like, didn't he like recently direct a film? And I went on IMDb and I was like, oh yeah, Midnight Sky.
Yeah, I was gonna say like his last was Suburbicon, which I fucking hated.
No, that was awful.
But Yeah. Yeah, George Clooney, not best director. Like,
no.
I remember enjoying like The Monuments Men, The Ides of March, and Leatherheads, but that's it. I haven't seen Good Night and Good Luck though. I heard that's good. But
yeah,
this looks like some bait, but the production design's good and the cast looks good. Like, we got Ben Affleck, Ty Sheridan, Lily Rabe, Christopher Lloyd, and yeah, hope it's good, but hopes aren't too high.
So yeah, The Tender Bar, if you are looking forward to it, it does come out on December 17th. But like I said, it's not going to be on Amazon Prime until January 7th. We'll see how it turns out. But yeah, I'm not really holding that much hope for it. But the next film we're going to be talking about, it is a Apple TV Plus original film, and that is Swan Song.
Just breathe.
I'm gonna count you down from 3. And on 3, and 2, and 1.
Breathe.
I can't lie to my family anymore.
The second you tell your wife that you are dying, your opportunity to do this is gone.
So Swan Song overall, this is another one that I think has a really interesting premise. I like the idea of this film where basically this guy's like diagnosed with a terminal illness and he is presented with some sort of solution to where his family isn't going to know about it at all, and it's going to shield them from his grief, and he kind of has to like come to terms with whether or not he wants to do it. And I think that's a really interesting premise. It's just, I'm not really feeling this film. The trailer didn't really do all that much for me. I think that there's definitely potential for this to be good, but I just feel like I've seen this before where it's like, oh my God, I'm going to die. We got to find this like robot of me. And oh my God, the robot probably isn't as good. And, you know, I'm just not really feeling this movie. Mahershala Ali, excellent actor. Naomi Harris, Awkwafina, Glenn Close, like a good cast overall. But a good cast does not make a good movie. And this very much does show that. And I don't know. Apple TV Plus, very hit or miss for me in terms of original films. This seems like a miss. It really does. I am not really feeling this one.
Yeah, like, I did not know this was a thing, but the trailer looked interesting, but like, I don't know, it did look a lot like Ex Machina.
Yeah.
I do think the cast looks really good. Like, Mahershala Ali, like, is always great, and Glenn Close as well, and Awkwafina and Naomi Harris. We'll see, though.
All right, so if you are looking forward to Swan Song, it does come out on December 17th. We'll really just have to see how it does turn out. But the next one we're going to be talking about, it's another one that don't think a lot of people know about, and it's called The Novice.
Yesterday, I just woke up and I had this epiphany. Like, everyone knew.
What are you looking at? See what time I have to get to make varsity. 7:59 seems doable. I mean, starting varsity in 2 sports in high school.
You're like the best novice out of all of us.
Yeah, I mean, like,
You're like the best novice. I mean, you're like the best novice out of all of us. The best novice.
You're natural.
You have the best chance out of all of us.
So I'll be honest, this does not really look that great to me. The only thing that really does intrigue me when it comes to this film is Isabel Fuhrman. I think she is a phenomenal actress in pretty much anything that she's in. I'm usually a big fan of her, and it seems like she is going to give a pretty strong performance in this film. Just the premise alone doesn't really intrigue me that much. It's this college freshman. She joins a rowing team, and basically they have to make it to the top varsity boat, and you kind of see the struggles that they're overcoming in doing so. But that's kind of it. I don't know. It didn't really hook me in the way that I wanted it to. I like her. I like Amy Forsythe, but as a movie, not really feeling it. Like I said, I think she's going to give a strong performance, but like other than that, looks okay.
Yeah, the trailer did not do much for me. Like it could be good. Like hopefully it is. Like I do think that Isabel Fuhrman looks good, and it does show like a good depiction of like stress, but that's about it.
Yeah, so if you're looking forward to The Novice, it does come out on December 17th. Also coming out on December 17th is a Hulu original film, which normally feels like something that would come out in January, and that's called Mother Android.
In a perfect world, none of this ever would have happened. Androids were a part of our everyday life.
Hot chocolate, sir.
And then one night, everything changed. We've got to get to Boston before I give birth. It's the only safe place.
How long would that take?
2 weeks. If you can find a safe way for us to go, I'll go.
Mother Android, look, I mean, you look at the, couple pictures of this film, and you look at, like, the poster and things like that. This seems like every, like, type of YA sci-fi film that we've seen. This literally looks like it could be, like, the sequel to The Fifth Wave that never came out. But I have to say, the trailer was a little bit better than I thought it was going to be. I wasn't completely bored out of my skull watching it. I think there is an interesting premise here. I like the idea that these robots were like, living in harmony with the humans. They were their servants. Everything was going great. And then all of a sudden this, something went down, and it's caused this like apocalypse of sorts to start. And basically now they have to try to reach safety. The issue is that I do think it still looks a little bit generic. I feel like I have seen this film before. There's definitely moments where it doesn't really look all that great. I think Chloe Grace Moretz, is usually great in anything that she's in. She can carry pretty much any film, and I think she's going to do a really good job here. And her and Algie Smith seem like they have pretty good chemistry overall. Other than that, I don't really have much else to say. I don't think this looks like the worst thing ever. But to be honest, I wouldn't be surprised if this sucks. I will say that. I will not be surprised if this sucks. But right now, I don't think it looks terrible.
Yeah, the premise is pretty cool. But yeah, this one just looks a bit mediocre to me. But I just see that Matt Reeves is producing, which is cool.
Yeah.
And I do like Chloe Grace Moretz and Algie Smith, so I hope there'll be highlights here, but can't say I'm too excited about this one, but hope it's good.
All right, so Mother Android, if you're looking forward to it, it does come out on December 17th. Hoping this film can turn out to be pretty good, but that's everything coming out on December 17th. Now getting into December 21st, we're talking about a movie that honestly is pretty big. I didn't even know it was coming out this year, but it is, and that, of course, is Being the Ricardos.
Lucille Ball's a threat to the American way of life?
Does the FBI have any case against Lucy?
I need you to help me save my marriage.
How many times I gotta explain where I was and what I was doing?
You gotta explain.
You being funny right now?
I'm Lucille Ball. When I'm being funny, you'll know it.
This is getting out of hand.
Madness.
Have you been cheating on me?
The story's made up.
If they boo me?
If they boo you, we're done.
Sorry, I got lost for a second.
All right. So Being the Ricardos, I will not lie. The first teaser that came out, I was not feeling this at all. It looked very off. It did not really seem like it was clicking with me in the way that it needed to. My mom is a huge fan of I Love Lucy, so I actually know that show pretty well. It's like probably her favorite show. So I know a lot about that show very well. What?
I said Missy loves Lucy.
Not that. But no, yeah, she knows that show pretty well. So like I've seen a lot of the episodes. So anytime I hear they're like making a movie, you know, about Lucille Ball and things like that, that definitely has me pretty intrigued. But watching the second trailer, I mean, now I am very much on board. I think there's a lot of potential when it comes to this film. I really like the idea that this is basically like just one straight week. Like we're starting from them doing the table read all the way to them filming the episode, but kind of seeing like the behind the scenes drama of sorts. Like it seems like there was some sort of scandal going on with Desi Arnaz in real life, where Lucy thought that maybe he was cheating on her. But then also there was like some deeper conspiracy going on with Lucy to where people saw her as like a communist. I'm not entirely sure what's going on there, but that seems very interesting to me. And the cast here as well is absolutely amazing. I mean, Nicole Kidman seems like she's really going to transform into this role very well. I love what she's doing in terms of the voice and things like that. I really think she's going to kill it here. I've heard amazing things about her. People are saying she's like locked her way into an Oscar nomination, so I'm excited to see what she's going to do. Javier Bardem, obviously there is the there's the controversy that he's not Cuban, and that's unfortunate, obviously, but like I think he's still going to give a really rock solid performance here as Desi Arnaz. I think he's really going to kill it. J.K. Simmons is like perfect casting as well, and then, you know, Ariadna, I don't know her as an actress all that well, but I've heard really good things about her, so hoping that she gives a strong performance. Tony Hale, Leah Sawkat, Jake Lacey, Clark Gregg, really good cast overall. And then, of course, the big deal, Aaron Sorkin directing. I mean, literally one of the best writers working today. I think directing-wise, honestly, he's a lot better than people have given him credit for. I was a big fan of both Molly's Game and The Trial of the Chicago 7, so anything that he does, I'm usually pretty excited for, and I think he is going to do a really good job when it comes to this film. The production design and things like that, all of that seems like it's going to be really good. So, yeah, overall, I think I can say I am very much looking forward to this one. I think there's a lot of potential behind it. I could definitely see this being like a late Oscar contender in that way, and I really hope it does end up being a very effective drama, because if it's handled well, I think it could potentially be one of the best films of the year, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, this is one I kept like forgetting was a thing until like recently. But like, it's crazy that Aaron Sorkin's already back with another movie just a year after the Chicago 7.
I know.
Yeah, I did not see the trailer till today, but I do think Nicole Kidman and Javier Bardem look really good in this movie. So, yeah, we got J.K. Simmons, Tony Hale, Aaliyah Shawkat, Jake Lacey, Clark Gregg as well, among others. But yes, it's like it's gonna have some buzz, award buzz this season.
Yes. All right, so being the Ricardos, if you are looking forward to it, it does come out on December 22nd. Now, the next film we're going to be talking about, it's a pretty small film. It's not anything that I think anyone really cares about. I think it's not really a film that anyone's really looking forward to.
I better be introducing this shit. Thank fucking God. Anywho, yes, you motherfuckers. The movie of December, baby. The Matrix Resurrections.
One pill makes you larger and one pill makes you small. And the ones that mother gives you don't do anything at all. Go ask Alice when she's 10 feet tall.
Time to fly.
You fucking know it. You know it, all right? You goddamn know it. My most anticipated movie of the whole year. You fucking know it. All right, look. If you know me, The Matrix is like my second favorite movie of all time. I love that movie dearly. I own a VHS copy, I own the DVD copy, and I own the Blu-ray copy of that movie. I love that movie so fucking much. It's an incredible film. I have not seen the sequels in like years. It's been years since I've seen the sequels. but I'll revisit them soon, obviously before this one. But this new one, man, I saw those TV spots that they released. Oh, dude, this movie is about to be the most lit movie of the whole year. Like this shit, like, oh my god, I'm so excited. Like, even like with the trailer and these TV spots, it's still very ambiguous of what this movie is really, the whole grasp of what this movie is. And I'm very excited to see it whenever I do, when it comes out. It's gonna be such great shit. I'm so excited about it, man. Like, this is easily my most anticipated movie, not only of December, but of the whole entire year. It's about to be maddening. It's about to be the experience of a lifetime. We're about to plug back into the Matrix, as Morpheus said in the trailer, time to fly, and a truer statement couldn't have been more said. Like, this is about to be, oh man, I could go on for hours, but we got two other people. But Kevin's gonna go on for hours anyways, because he doesn't care about time. But anywho,
I mean, I probably won't go on for that long because I've only seen the first Matrix, so I don't really have a ton to say here, other than the first Matrix is one of the greatest action films of all time. I don't know what the fuck I was smoking when I originally watched that movie and said that it was good, but it wasn't as great as everyone else has said. No, it is definitely one of the best. It absolutely shaped the action genre into something special, and especially, in terms of the, fight choreography and things like that. That's something that definitely that film does deserve credit for. And coming off the heels of the sequels, like I said, I haven't seen them. I know people are very divided on them, but I think overall this film seems like it could be really strong for sure. Like Double Nine said, we don't really know a lot of what this is really about, what's really going on here. There's definitely, I think, going to be a lot of mindfuckery going on in this movie, and I'm excited to see how that all turns out. You got a lot of, the original cast returning. Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss, and Jada Pinkett Smith are all returning. And then Yahya Abdul-Mateen is the new Morpheus, and I think he is a really good choice. I always get excited to see him in movies. I feel like he is just on an upswing in terms of his performances, and I think he is really going to kill it here. Neil Patrick Harris as well, as like his therapist. I don't know what's going on there, but I'm excited to see what's happening with that. Jonathan Groff as well. We don't know what character he's playing. We don't know the majority of who most of these actors are playing. So that also is something I'm very much looking forward to. They clearly are trying to keep a lot of this very hush-hush, and I think it's going to make the movie that much more of a spectacle overall. The action sequences, just from the trailer alone, oh my god, I mean, it really seems like they're going to blow us away in a big way. The visual effects as well. Seems like this film could be one of the most visually stunning of the entire year. So I'm very excited to see how the cinematography turns out. And then Lana Wachowski doing this film on her own, as opposed to the originals. I am excited to see what she really does. Clearly, she would not be directing this movie if there wasn't passion for it, and so that alone definitely does have me very intrigued. The trailer is one that always does get me hyped with that amazing song in the background that I've been listening to constantly.
White Rabbit, you uncultured bitch.
Wait, what?
White Rabbit, you
White Rabbit.
bitch.
I've been listening to that song a lot, so I should know the title. But yeah, overall, I'm very, very excited for this one. Still a little bit hesitant because of, the sequels and whatnot, but I haven't seen the sequels, so I can't comment too much on it. But overall, I am very, very excited.
Yeah, like, The Matrix is one of my favorite movies ever, and I've only seen the second one once, and I haven't seen the third one, but I will be watching those in time for this new one. And yeah, I was hyped. I've been hyped for this since it was announced, and the trailer I've seen many times, and it's always gets better every time. And I'm excited to see, like, Keanu Reeves and Carrie-Anne Moss back. We got Yahya Abdul-Mateen. We got Jonathan Groff, Neil Patrick Harris, Priyanka Chopra, Christina Ricci, and yeah, this is gonna be a pretty dope film.
Yes.
Sex.
All right,
so
fuckers. Thank you all for the opportunity.
Wait, I am gonna let you do your outro before we close things out here.
Oh yeah, my outro. Anyways, you can find me on the YouTube's FilmFan0599, the Twitter's FilmFan0599, all that, TikTok, good shit. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we've done that. Link does not exist anymore. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we finally have done it. And I'm so excited for the first time.
The pro has been got.
I could say it for the first time on this channel. You can find me on Letterboxd at FilmFan0599, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, thanks to Pro. Yes, FilmFan0599. Finally, you can find me at FilmFan0599 on Letterboxd. But no, in all seriousness, so
damn, no more segues.
No, I know, no more segues. But today is a blessed day. Thank you once again, Kevin, for having me on to talk about these 3 movies. I really appreciate it. Good compadre.
Yes, definitely. It's a happy day, but it's tinged with sadness because there goes a really solid meme that unfortunately has to die. So it's very sad.
All memes have to die at some point.
That's true. All good
just
things
like all of us. Now, anywho,
here's a meme that will not die.
On that note, I'll see you all later.
All right. So yeah, if you're looking forward to The Matrix Resurrections, it does come out on December 22nd. Very much looking forward to this one. Now, the next one we're talking about, it's another, I guess, big action film, but it's not necessarily on the level of The Matrix at all. And that is The King's Man.
Small things can grow into big problems. We are the first independent intelligence agency. While governments wait for orders, our people take action.
Welcome to the club.
You're going to need a suit.
Very clever. Time to dance.
The King's Man, I will say, as a film, I am generally looking forward to this. I didn't really know where my anticipation was going to be after King's Man, The Golden Circle. That's a movie where the more I think about it, the more I just really don't like that movie at all. But I have to say, of what I'm seeing here, I do think this film looks like it could be a lot of fun. It seems like we're going to dive deeper into sort of like the history of the King's Man and, sort of what's really going on here. There's like this war of sorts going on. So I'm interested in seeing how that all really does play out. Ralph Fiennes seems like he's like perfectly cast in this role. I can't wait to see what he's going to do here. Harris Dickinson as well. The really strong cast. Gemma Arterton, Matthew Good, Daniel Bruhl, Charles Dance, Aaron Taylor Johnson. I mean, list really just goes on and on when it comes to this cast. And then Matthew Vaughn directing, though, is something I am very hesitant with. I feel like he was given way too much freedom in the previous film, and that really just kind of made that entire film a mess. And I don't really know how this movie is going to turn out as a result. But like I said, I do think it looks like a lot of fun. What holds me back from really getting excited is that I just feel like the hype isn't really there, Henry. I feel like this movie has been delayed so many times. I just don't really care about it anymore. It's like, okay, it's coming out. I don't think it's going to do well in terms of box office. I don't think it's going to do well really at all in terms of that. So that's not something that I'm very confident in. I don't feel like there are a lot of people very excited for this movie. And I also see the trailer far too often. So yeah, I just can't really while I think it looks pretty good, I can't get hyped out of my mind for this film simply because I just don't think it's going to do all that well. I think it's coming out not at the greatest time. I hope it turns out to be a really good movie, but overall I'm still quite hesitant because it is a Kingsman film at the end of the day. And I don't really know how to feel about that. I think if this wasn't a Kingsman film, I'd be a little bit more excited for it. And I still am looking forward to it, but I don't know. I don't know. My hype level is just not really where it should be when it comes to this film. I feel like there's The Matrix, and then there's like Licorice Pizza, and then there's the Kingsman all the way like at the bottom. I don't really see this movie doing all that great, but we'll have to see how it turns out. How are you feeling about this one?
Yeah, this was supposed to come out in November 2019.
Oh my god.
And
I forgot about that.
I think like because like the Disney Fox stuff, it got delayed, and then COVID got delayed again, and just, yeah, the hype just seems to die because like people did not care for the Golden Circle, myself included, and yeah, there's some good ideas here. Like, I hope it's better than the Golden Circle, but we'll have to see. Like, there's like one shot from the trailer that straight up looks like it was a scene from 1917.
Yep, it does.
It's like, what? Why is that? Like, I actually thought George McKay was in the movie, but I guess he isn't.
No, that's Harris Dickinson.
But yeah, but we got Ray Fiennes though, Gemma Arterton, Jaimin Hansu, Rice Ifans, if I can say his name, Daniel Bruhl, and Stanley Tucci. There's some
Stanley
good names in
Tucci, yes.
There. Tucci Gang.
Absolutely.
We'll see how well it does.
Yeah, I really don't know how this film is going to go. There's been so many extensive reshoots. There's been so many release date changes. I can't get all that excited for this one, but we'll have to see. If you are looking forward to The Kingsman, it does come out on December 22nd. Hoping it can turn out to be a really fun movie, but we'll really just have to see. Also coming out on December 22nd is a sequel to a movie that I haven't seen, so I can't really say too much about, and that is Sing 2.
I'm really having second thoughts about this.
I can't do this. Can I try? This girl is on fire. This girl is on fire.
You're terrific.
But can she act?
Take that, you nasty alien monster. Did I do good?
Oh boy.
This is what I'll say about Sing. So, somehow, I don't know how this happened. My mom, when she was like...
Palpatine returned.
I knew you were going to do that. No. My mom was like ordering something on Amazon, and somehow this caused her to also buy a copy of Sing on DVD. I have not watched this movie yet. I really want to. But yeah, we own this movie on DVD, and I can watch it at any point. No, I mean, that's all I can really say. I haven't seen it. It's yet another animated movie in 2016 that I didn't watch because I don't know what the fuck I had against animated movies that year, but I just didn't watch any of them. And this is another one that I just never watched. It didn't look bad or anything. It honestly looked kind of fun. But yeah, Sing 2, I don't know how this looks. I think there's some moments that look fun. I like the Bono's in there now. The music seems like it's going to be really good, but that's about it. I can't really say much more because I haven't seen the first one. So yeah, all this to say, I will be watching Sing very soon. I meant to see Sing 2. I was going to watch this before the early access screening, but it just didn't happen. But once I get around to it, I will give you my thoughts on Sing 2. But until then, I can't really say too much. So, Henry, go ahead.
Yeah, how the fuck did that even happen?
I don't know. She doesn't even know. Like, she ordered like hairspray or something, and it came with like Sing 2. It came with like Sing on DVD.
Yeah.
It was probably one of those like frequently bought with. Like, she probably clicked one of those things.
Oh my god, that's great. But yeah, Sing was actually the last Illumination movie I saw.
Oh wow.
So yeah, that was the only one at that point that I didn't see in theaters.
Hold on. While you're talking, I'm gonna bring this back. There we go.
Oh.
If you know, you know.
But yeah, I did not love the first movie. It's basically just like an extended version of the trailer. Like, yeah. And this is actually the first Illumination movie since Secret Life of Pets 2, so...
Oh, God.
It's been nice to get a break from them for a while, but all good things come to an end. But yeah, this one looks like it has more of a plot than that one. Like, they're doing like a big time talent show or something, and I don't know, I guess we'll see what happens. I see U2 is doing songs for this, as well as Bono being in this, and we got Eric Andre is in this.
Oh my God,
he's getting a bag, and yeah, this is gonna be good shit until Chris Pratt's Mario comes out. And also Minions 2 next year.
Yes. Sing on DVD. Get it now. No, if you're gonna
go buy it right now.
All right, yeah. If you're interested in Sing 2, it comes out on December 22nd. I guess look forward to it. And yeah, I can't say much more. What I can say more about is the next movie we're going to be discussing, which comes out on December 24th. It's a film that I'm very excited for, and that is Don't Look Up.
This is not real. This is not real. This isn't happening. Kate, tell me this isn't really happening.
I hear there's something you don't like the looks of.
We discovered a very large comet.
Oh, good for you. It's headed directly towards Earth.
This comet is what we call a planet killer.
At this exact moment, I say we sit tight and assess.
Sit tight and assess?
Sit tight.
And then assess. The sit tight part comes first, then you got to digest it. That's the assessment period.
All right.
Fuck you, Kim.
Oh, wow, you just did it. Oh, no. Anyway, yeah, so Don't Look Up. This is a film that I've been excited for a long time now. Ever since Adam McKay, was announced that he was going to do another film, I got really excited for it. I'm actually a very big fan of Vice, more than most people. I enjoyed that movie a lot. I think it was a really good political satire, but I was really interested in seeing how this film was going to turn out. I mean, the cast alone, I mean, how can you not be excited for the film just based on the cast here? Leonardo DiCaprio, Jennifer Lawrence, Jonah Hill, Timothy Chalamet, Ariana Grande, Tyler Perry, Cate Blanchett, Meryl Streep, fucking Kid Cudi is in this, like Rob Morgan. Like, how can you not be excited just based on that? But then separating from the cast, the premise itself is one that is really interesting to me. We have these two astronomers, and they basically become aware of like this comet that's going to end up destroying planet Earth, and they try to get others to like be in the know of it, and nobody really like takes them seriously. Like, that seems like a really interesting premise, because that seems like something that could very well happen, especially when it comes to, news moguls and things like that, and how just like cynical and uncaring they can be. Really seems like this film is going to dive into just the idiocy of humanity and just how big of assholes we all are when it comes to something like this. So yeah, I am very excited for this film. I think it looks like a lot of fun. It seems like all the cast is really going to kill it here. The Oscar buzz already is like very high for this film. Some people are saying it's like the funniest film of the year. Others are saying like Leonardo DiCaprio is like a shoo-in to get nominated for Best Actor. And Leonardo DiCaprio is like easily my favorite actor working today. So That especially gets me excited. But again, just away from that, I mean, just the premise and Adam McKay's directing, it seems like he's going more to his comedy roots, and I'm very much down for that. Just everything about this seems like a film that is going to be very much up my alley. I think if it is handled well, it could very well end up being one of the best of the year. And yeah, I mean, similar to Nightmare Alley, like this is very high up on my anticipated list. I am very, very excited for this film.
So it's up your Nightmare Alley?
I guess so.
Yeah. Daddy McKay's back with another message for us. But yeah, this does look like a very interesting film. We got an insane cast with fucking DiCaprio, Lawrence, Jonah Hill, Mark Rylance, Timothy Chalamet, Ariana Grande, Kid Cudi, Kate Blanchett, Meryl Streep, Chris Evans, Matthew Perry. God damn.
Yeah.
And,
oh yeah, Chris Evans too. I forgot about that.
Yeah, they got
Michael Chiklis as well.
Shit, dude, like. Yeah, it looks like Netflix has got a good one here. Like, the trailer looked better than I was expecting, and again, like with a cast like that, it's hard not to be excited. At least a little excited. And we got Ariana Grande and Kid Cudi with a song together. Like, wow, it's gonna be a movie to watch out for this year.
Yeah, there's always that like really big like Netflix movie that they're banking on, and this definitely seems like it could be one of the better ones. So I'm very, very hyped for this one. But if you are looking forward to Don't Look Up, it does come out on Christmas Eve, which I am so hyped for. So definitely look forward to it then. Now, the next movie we're going to be talking about is not one that is quite as well known, but it is coming out on Christmas Day, and that is Parallel Mothers.
A mí me encanta la idea de tener un hijo contigo, Yanis, pero no sé si puedo permitírmelo ahora.
No es cuestión de si podemos permitírnoslo. Es cuestión de que ya está aquí.
Si vuelve aquí no hará sino remover las cosas.
Yo no puedo perder esta oportunidad. Si dejo la compañía no volveré a trabajar nunca más.
Pues vete de gira.
Va a ser muy morena como tú.
Es muy morena.
En caso de duda, la única solución es hacerse una prueba.
Yo no tengo dudas.
Pero yo sí.
So Parallel Mothers, this of course is another foreign film that we're talking about, and it's another trailer I get a lot when I go to the theater, but it's one that I honestly am very intrigued by. You know, we have these two single mothers, and one of them is middle-aged and like wants to get pregnant, but like the other one is very much like scared about it, and they kind of like bond through it, and it seems like it could be a really effective film in that way. I've heard Penelope Cruz is really amazing here. Everyone's really been praising her a lot. But the other thing that really does make me excited about this film is Pedro Almodovar directing it. You know, the last film he made was Pain and Glory, and I really did love that film a lot. So I really do have a lot of anticipation when it comes to this film. I think this could turn out to be a very effective film if handled well. And yeah, I don't really have much else to say other than I hope this turns out to be a really solid film.
Yeah, the only Almodovar film I've seen is Pain and Glory, but I did really like that one, so this one does seem to be interesting because it's got Penelope Cruz here, and yeah, the concept seems interesting. Like, I remember there was like a controversy with like the poster on Instagram. Like,
oh,
I don't know if you heard about that. Like, yeah, like the poster has like a nipple on it, and I guess Instagram removed it.
Oh, that like, poster! I haven't seen that poster actually. What the fuck?
Oh yeah.
Put that next to like the love poster of them like kissing and like the saliva coming out.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was a thing, but
yeah,
hope this one's good.
Yeah, so if you are looking forward to Parallel Mothers, it does come out on, I believe, December 25th, so definitely look forward to that. But but also coming out on December 25th. This is a pretty big one that I've been looking forward to for a very long time now, and it, of course, is The Tragedy of Macbeth. Right, so The Tragedy of Macbeth, this is a film that, like I said, I've really been excited for, solely for a couple reasons. I mean, the big one being Joel Cohen directing, but also doing it on his own. That's something I'm very intrigued by. You know, normally we have the Coen brothers, and we're used to them working together. We don't really know what their own styles are. Like, what is Joel Cohen's individual style? I think this film is really going to show us that. But then, I mean, you also look at the cast here. Denzel Washington as Lord Macbeth and Frances McDormand as Lady Macbeth. Those two alone seem like they're going to anchor this movie so well. Frances McDormand might just end up with another Best Actress nomination, even though she doesn't want it. I could very well still see it happening because she's fucking Frances McDormand. So I could very well see that happening. I also see Denzel Washington probably getting nominated for Best Actor for this, and rightfully so, because it seems like they both are giving some very strong performances here. And yeah, obviously this is very much just like a faithful adaptation of Macbeth, but it has this very like dark sort of undertone to it. And also the black and white cinematography seems like it's really going to add this like eerie element to the film, which I'm very excited for. So yeah, overall, this is easily one of the most anticipated of the entire month. It is coming out not worldwide until January 14th on Apple TV Plus, but it'll be going to theaters on December 25th. I am very hyped for it. If there's a way for me to see this in theaters, I absolutely will take that opportunity, because I really do want to try to see it in theaters if possible. I don't know if it's going to happen, but it'd be amazing if it did. And yeah, I mean, easily one of the most anticipated of the entire year for sure. I'm so excited this is finally coming out.
Yeah, I've been very excited for this one since it was announced in like early 2019, and like it was like kind of weird seeing like Joel Cohen without Ethan, but like with like the reasons why and stuff. It's like, okay, like definitely interested in seeing what that's like. And I do think Macbeth's a pretty cool story, so and I heard like some cool stuff about this one, like it's in like black and white, and it was shot like all on sound stages and stuff. And
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, it's got a good cast with like Denzel and Frances McDormand and like Brendan Gleeson and Harry Melling. But yeah, it's excited to see this one. That was not produced by Scott Rudin. Fuck that guy.
Yes, very, very much not. Thank God. But yeah, Tragedy of Macbeth, if you are looking forward to it, I'm sure many of you are. It is coming out on December 25th in theaters, but it's not coming out worldwide until January 14th. I know that's confusing, but I just figured I would count the theatrical release dates because it's a 2021 movie, and that's how we count as a 2021 movie. So yeah, definitely very hyped for that one. Now we're going to switch gears entirely here from movies I'm real looking forward to movies I could give less of a shit about with this next one. American Underdog, the Kurt Warner story.
Football. Tell me about that.
As long as I have a ball in my hands, I feel alive. Kind of like how I feel right now.
I'm staying here. I got work to do.
Work? The NFL's not going to draft some dude from the 1AA school in Iowa.
There were other offers.
I called every team in the NFL. No one's interested. Can I get one of your applications?
I promised that I would take care of you and the kids. So that is exactly what I'm going to do.
If this is your dream, don't give up on it.
All right, so this one, look, I'm not dreading the hell out of this or anything. I just don't really know what to even make of it. Like, this looks like a very, like, you know how I talked about how National Champion seems like it's doing something really different as a sports film? This to me looks like about as generic as you can really get. You know, you have this story about this guy, starts off, he's like working at a supermarket, and no, he's going to become this like big NFL like champion. And that's kind of all this seems like. Zachary Levi, very different role for him, and I don't really know if he is the right casting choice for this role. I can't really tell from the trailer. He just, something about him seems a little bit off to me. Dennis Quaid, I'm sure, is going to be really good here. Also, I'm not sure if this film is faith-based or not because of the directors of Andrew Irwin and John Irwin. I can't tell, but it gives me that vibe. And, like, I don't hate every faith-based film. I actually really liked I Can Only Imagine quite a bit. But I don't know. This just looks really boring to me. I don't know why they play this trailer like with nearly every fucking movie that I see. I'm kind of tired of seeing this trailer, to be honest with you. Yeah, I'm not dreading this by any means, but it's like the biggest like whatever to me. Like, this movie's getting released quietly. It's not a quiet release at all because you're constantly getting bombarded by trailers. But like, I don't really feel like there's like anyone clamoring to see this movie. So it's coming out Christmas Day. I guess look forward to it. Don't see fucking Matrix. Don't see Kingsman. Don't see Sing 2. See the movie of the holiday season, American Underdog. It's going to win you over. Yay, I guess. I don't know. I'm sure there's a demographic out there. It's just not me. Henry, go ahead.
Like, basically, like what you said. Like, I don't fucking know. Like, this is just average sports film.
Yeah, I guess that's it.
No.
So if you're looking forward to...
Who the fuck is Kurt Warner?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. I don't have these statistics or this information. So... yeah, if you're looking forward to American Underdog, the Kurt Warner story, it comes out December 25th. I guess look forward to it. But like I said, I really don't have much to say about this at all. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about that one. But we have two movies left here, both of which are ones that I'm actually looking forward to quite a bit. This first one we're talking about is Cyrano.
My sole purpose on this earth is to love Roxanne. Does she know? The world will never accept someone like me and a tall, beautiful woman.
We have no money. A clever marriage is your only option.
I won't be rescued. I'm not in distress. Love, does that mean nothing to you?
Children need love. Adults need money.
I need something to die for, write poems and cry for, and I won't be ashamed. I'd give anything.
So Cyrano overall, this seems like one of the most different type of period dramas that I've seen in a while, because it's putting in a classic spin on this story that I don't really know all that well. I know what Cyrano, like I know the title Cyrano, but I don't really know the story all that well. And what they're doing with this that's really cool is that it also is like this musical of sorts that the National is like doing original music for. So that's really cool. And I'm excited to see how that overall turns out. I think Peter Dinklage seems like he's going to give a really strong performance here for sure. I've heard amazing things about him in this movie. Haley Bennett as well seems like she's going to be really great. And then Kelvin Harrison Jr., anytime he has a way to get more work, that will automatically get me excited. Only thing that's holding it back is that I do think it looks a little cheesy. I'm not going to lie. I think some aspects of this movie look a little cheesy. The cinematography is a little too bright for my taste. I've heard some people say this. It kind of looks like a soap opera at some points, and I definitely do kind of get that vibe from it. Like, it has a very like Downton Abbey type feel, and obviously it's different from that, but like it's very like bright and like colorful, and it seems like it's gonna have some really good production design, but it also can look like a soap opera at points. So yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to this one. I hope it turns out to be good, but I wouldn't be surprised if it also turns out to be like really fucking melodramatic. But I mean, overall, like I said, I think this has been a really strong year for musicals, and I hope this is like a good one to close things out on. So yeah, overall, I think I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd say like I'm excited for this, but I'm not like dreading it or anything. Like, I do think that Peter Dinklage and Haley Bennett and Kelvin Harrison Jr. are good actors.
Yeah.
I do know like there have been like other adaptations of like Cyrano, that story with like Roxanne, the Steve Martin movie. Or
yeah.
Like that, the half of it from last year. Or that
let's not forget the best one, Let It Shine, a Disney
Channel.
Oh yeah,
I was just gonna say.
It's actually a pretty good movie.
Yeah, but yeah, I didn't know the National was doing music for it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that there was a musical. It brought like a theater musical with Peter Dinklage. And that's pretty cool, but yeah, I'll probably see it eventually. But yeah, Ben Mendelsohn's in it as well. That's cool.
Yeah, overall, I'm definitely really looking forward to this one, like I said. And if you are looking forward to Cyrano, it does come out, I believe, on December 31st, but the release here is kind of confusing because they're doing like 1 week on December 17th. I believe it then goes limited on December 31st, and then it doesn't go wide until January 21st of 2022. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure how this release works out. I just know it comes out first in December. So it's a December movie. And yeah, that's how I feel about that one. But if you're looking forward to Cyrano, it comes out at some point. That's what we'll say. I don't even know what to count the general release date as, but for right now, we're going to say December 31st. Now, the last one we're talking about, though, is one that I honestly am very intrigued for. It's another Netflix movie, and it's called The Lost Daughter.
You don't have kids?
Yes, I have 2 daughters.
Hey, your mommy's big girl.
You're my big girl.
She's driving me crazy. What were your daughters like when they were little?
I can't remember much, actually.
So, The Lost Daughter, this is a film that honestly I think looks really intriguing. I really like the premise of this one, where basically we follow this woman who is on this summer holiday, and she ends up, while on vacation, she becomes obsessed with this other woman and her daughter, and it sort of gets her to sort of look back at memories of like her own sort of early motherhood, and this really like comes back to haunt her. Olivia Colman, look, she's one of the best actresses working today. Anything that she's in, I'm usually a big fan of, and I'm hearing some people say this might be like her best performance yet. So like that definitely has me very excited to see what she's really going to do here. I love that Dakota Johnson's like getting some really great work lately. I think she's going to give a really strong performance here as well. I really like the look and feel of this movie. It has a very distinctive look in terms of cinematography, very grainy, very like, it gives it kind of like this sort of like old type feeling. And I really like the cinematography here a lot. And then Maggie Gyllenhaal in her directorial debut, I think she is going to give a very interesting style to this movie. This movie seems very unsettling, but also seems like it could be very emotional in that way. Overall, I'm very excited for this one. I've been looking forward to it for quite a bit, and when that trailer came out, it very much did not disappoint. I think this film has a ton of potential behind it. It's going to be something really disturbing, I think, and potentially very weird as well, but I'm very much here for it from what I'm seeing here. I think this definitely has potential to be one of the best films of the entire month.
Yeah, this looks like some good shit. Like, psychological stuff's my jam. Like, got great cast with Olivia Colman and Dakota Johnson and Jesse Buckley and Ed Harris as well. And it's directed and written by Maggie Gyllenhaal, which is cool. And it's been making some pretty big waves, like the award season and at festivals. So, yeah, I'm interested in seeing what it's all about.
All right. So if you are looking forward to The Lost Daughter, it does, of course, come out on December 31st, hopefully closing out this month very well and closing out the year well overall. And with that, we're done here, Henry. Those are all the movies coming out in December. But before we do close things out, I am going to give you a chance to do your outro, plug whatever you want to plug. Go right ahead.
All right. Well, folks, it's been fun.
Yes.
Talking about these movies. Of course, go see the movie. Watch.
Why are you playing the Disney theme?
Because I felt like. Yeah. Follow me on Twitter at Enzo Ewing. On Letterboxd, Henry Ewing. On Instagram, even though I don't post anything. And
either.
What else?
Buy Sing on DVD.
Yeah, Buy Sing on DVD. And what? Stream Cats on HBO Max.
Oh no, don't do that. You don't need to do that. No.
What else? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yes. And other than that, guys, that's it. We are done here with another year full of movie previews. It's been quite an interesting year, I think, in terms of movies, and very excited to see how this last month does, of course, turn out. But other than that, of course, thank you to Henry for being here for the entirety of this video, as well as FilmFan0599 for popping in a couple points. I really do appreciate that a lot. Different December movie preview than what I initially anticipated, but still a really fun one overall. Other than that, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in my next video, and we'll see you guys for that. Okay, bye.
Have fun.
Moving on is a chance to take time to try to stay.
Oh, don't you start. No, you guys do this every fucking time. You talk over the outro, and I'm sick of it. I'm absolutely sick of it. I just, my New Year's resolution is to stop my guests from fucking ruining my outro, but I don't think it's gonna happen anymore. That's how we end this.
How is that your resolution?
I don't know. Goodbye.